This housewife was shopping at the supermarket and simply didn't buy the strawberries her husband liked. Instead, she bought a box of strawberry ice cream she loved. But when she got home, she was abused by her husband. Soon, the ceiling downstairs started shaking violently, but the neighbors were already used to it. Not a single person dared to step in. Rachel crawled toward the door while crying out in pain, because the day before she had secretly installed a camera in the living room. She wanted to record evidence of her husband's abuse. But Charlie seemed to have noticed something. He immediately ruined her plan and dragged her back inside the house. In the quiet of the night, Rachel's screams were especially painful to hear. The security guard quickly went to check what was happening. He rushed up to the 5th floor and knocked on her door. He urgently asked why she didn't call the police.
들어가세요, 아저씨. 저 아직 살아있어. 나 이제 무릎 사가서 5주까지 못 달려와. 새내기 못하면 당번에 내가 신고할게요.
Rachel refused. She could hear the concern in the security guard's voice. But she knew without evidence, calling the police wouldn't truly help her escape this man. She had to gather enough evidence and leave him for good. At the same time, she took pictures of the injuries on her body and sent them to a coworker for help with getting a divorce. But her coworker told her that getting a divorce wasn't that simple. She was even worried whether Rachel could hold on until that day. Just when Rachel was falling into despair, things suddenly took a turn. One night, she overheard her husband talking on the phone. On the other end was Dr. Joe, a doctor often seen on the news, but Charlie's words were filled with threats. He also arranged to meet him by the river the next night. Rachel realized there had to be a secret between her husband and Joe, so a crazy plan slowly formed in her mind. The next day, Rachel made an excuse to visit her mother's house and asked Charlie to drive her there. On the surface, she was still pretending to be the obedient wife, but deep inside, she was already planning how to use this secret to get rid of her husband. On the way, Charlie drove very fast. After a sudden break, Rachel's leg hit the storage compartment. It suddenly popped open. A strange woman's phone fell out. The moment Charlie saw the phone, his expression changed instantly. He quickly grabbed the phone and hurriedly hid it away. This made Rachel even more certain that her husband was hiding something. But strangely, Charlie seemed to be in an unusually good mood today. He didn't blame Rachel. Instead, he smiled and said something meaningful.
저 가방 5만 원권으로 꽉 채우면 곧 애들 태어날 건데 우리도 남들처럼 한번 살아봐야지.
But Rachel still didn't understand what he meant. Soon Charlie stopped in front of a luxury house. This was Dr. Joe's home. He carried a fishing bag and rang the doorbell. A moment later, a wealthy woman covered in mud walked out. Charlie briefly introduced himself and said he was there to deliver something to Joe. Before the woman could respond, he walked straight inside with the fishing bag. But shortly after entering, he smelled something strange. He was about to find where it was